Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. What a difference a week makes. Just last week, we had a little strip of sunshine coming into our underground house. Now look at it. In the winter, this is one of the most dark, bleak, terraced houses to ever want to live in. It really is tough. But this time of year, all the way to October, it's an absolute sun trap. It's like a sun shining into a cave. It really is. And what more to celebrate it than to grab hold of an Aldi Weiss beer? Now, a lot of you know I bought this the very same time that I bought that Hop Foundry beer, and it's such an incredibly difficult thing to process and to understand. Is that on one hand they can produce amazing Weiss beer like this for, I think it was £1.45. It's gone up, £1.45 a bottle now. Good Pilsner, really good stuff. And then on the other hand, they produce them Hop Foundry beers that are just impossible to drink. Anyway, it's Friday night. I'm in a better mood now. I was in a wretched after. I was in a right, well, you know. Supernova Heights 175 Records, RG Fox, Philip, Jonathan, Ryan, Jonathan, Christina Ayres, Eric, Brian, Jess, Michael Richards. Hello, Michael Richards. William, Taylor, Ben, Ryan, all of you wonderful, wonderful people in the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Here we go. I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking forward to this Weiss beer. I'm looking forward to a beer in general, really. I wanted to talk about ending the stream early last week as well. Can I just be perfectly honest? Would you rather me be honest, or would you rather me be... It was a combination. I wanted to listen to some music, and I knew the snooker was at 11-all, and I thought I want to catch them last two frames. So I shut off about 20 to 10 last week, 20 minutes early. Do you know, I wish I didn't. Because I opened two more beers after, and I woke up Saturday morning with a splitting hangover. I was like, till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was walking around like this. Oh, what did I have? What did I have on the Stone Crow? 4 Weiss beers, another 2 when it finished, 6 beers, splitting headache. Smash a like, guy, says Jess. Supernova Heights afternoon sigh. I chilled out on this fine Friday night. I'm right chilled out. Sun shining in the bar. Well, you know, Big Kev, you watched last year. And from now on, the house, like, we got to struggle to keep it cool. It's a funny house. A lot of the winter, very cold. But honestly, during the summer months, we struggle to keep it cold. I'm very well. Stephen's asking if I'm well. Cod Chops, how you doing, Cod Chops? Can we hit the like button? Martin Kirsch, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Can we hit the like button down below? Can we get this stream up to about 200 people tuned in at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub? Matt Williams, evening. Man United 16 says, hi all. Stone the Crows. Paul Turvey's in. Good evening, Simon. It's Friday again. It certainly is, mate. It certainly is. It's not a bad Weiss beer. It's not bad. It'll never be the best in the world. It'll never be the best Weiss beer in the world. But then again, I was drinking Franciscana last week one night. And I thought, oh man, that headache. I can't have headache like that every Saturday. It's just creases me. So I thought I'll try something different. I'll try the Reinbacker, see if that gives me a headache at the same time. Christina Ayres and Eric Runnan are having a good chat amongst one another. Captain Meat's Avengers, all right. Aldi know how to make lager. Nothing else. Captain Meat, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right. Andreas, evening, everyone. Hello, Andreas. How you doing? How was the record, Taylor Ben? It was a combination of record and snooker. Who was it? I asked him last week. Can you remember who it was? Or if you were watching, was it you? I was on the snooker with Williams and Brissell. And you said 11-all. And I was like, oh! I was like, it was 20-10. And I thought, I'm coming to the end of my beer. Would you guys mind if I went when it was I put a record on, I listened to some music as well. I got to bed about 1 o'clock in the blooming morning. That's the trouble. When the wife goes out and I sit on the sofa, I'll drink for hours. Normally I'm in bed by 10. Terrible. Good evening all. Hope you're all well. Ryan, we're all well, mate. Honest every time, says RG Fox. We are. Why not, Simon? Your channel. You're right. Well, I don't. What I don't like to do. I felt guilty in the morning. I woke up and I was like, oh, I finished 20 minutes early last night, and I felt a bit guilty for you. You know, people chat, they have fun, they build up to their Friday nights, they watch the Stone Crow, and I went and finished it early. Oh, well, Christiani, what he lost, didn't he? He only went and lost the next 2 frames anyway, and he's gone out. Robert says, hey, guys, had a great week at work. Hope you are all great. On the Hoe Garden tonight is Robert. Enjoy, Robert. Daniel Smith, evening, Simon. Pub crawling around London tomorrow, including 1 or 2 Samuel Smith's pubs. Cheers and have a great weekend. Daniel Smith, that sounds great. This sun's blinding this evening. Absolutely blinding. You Charles. Tom says, honest, got the snooker on the pad now and in the pub on the phone. I tell you, I'm watching that Chinese fella. What a young player he is. What a player. And Brissell. I said Brissell's going to win this world championship, but I haven't seen anything of this Chinese guy. He's absolutely fantastic. Coelia says, cheers from Sri Lanka. Cheers to you, my friend. JJ says, hey, people, how is everyone? We're all right. Paul's in, Stone the Crows. Paul, how you doing, mate? How you doing? You got a rare Friday night off. Have you, mate, from the bar? Tennis or snooker for Christine. Not into snooker. I got a brand new for my birthday. It's my birthday Monday, everyone. In fact, I could have called this a birthday live stream, couldn't I? Shall I get it? Shall I go and get my birthday present? Ta-da! Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna love playing with this. I always love playing with it. Look at this. Look at this. Eh? Oh. Brand spanking new. My wife got it on eBay for me. Got a funny it's got a funny connector on the end. It kind of like, it's got like this kind of weird, so if you try and push that, it won't go. You gotta keep turning, and then it catches, and then there we go. Look at this, dead straight. Have a look at that. Straight as a die. Straight as a die. Eh? First round of the World Championship. Head rocking all over the place. 2 beers in. It's got the bit on the bottom there. It's got that nice, look, the little butt extension. Yeah. Happy. I can't wait to play with this. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play with it. Oh, I cannot wait. Look at this. The little extension on the end. And then I got the big extension then. You know, we all love a big extension, don't we? Anyway, that's what I'm going to get this. What we got, a £20 super chat here. Michael Richards, happy birthday for Monday. Oh, what a lovely thing. Thank you so very much. Michael, that's really nice of you. Thank you. £20 super chat. Happy birthday for Monday. That is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm trying to persuade my wife. See, it makes this funny, like, it's like, so I want to go and play over the weekend. I got a club about. It's a working man's club, but it's literally. Let me put the super chat up, shall I? Hang on a minute. Find it first. What happened there then? Why? Oh, there we are. It's up on the screen. Happy birthday for Monday, Michael Richards. There we go. Put the super chat up. Thank you very much, Michael Richards. Really appreciate it. We got a club, working man's club, just down the road. One of them places where you put 20p in the light, have some beer. I'm trying to get the wife down. She won't come down. She's not interested. She likes watching it on the telly, but she's not interested in watching me play. Because, you know, I'm not the best. I'm never going to be the best in the world, am I? Ever. It's not going to be like watching Ronnie O'Sullivan play, is it? But I try. I really do try. Does that case come with Dennis Taylor specs too? All you need now is an underground bunker with a snooker table. Big Kev, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Nigel says happy birthday for Monday, Simon. Thank you so very much. Happy birthday. How many candles was it on the birthday cake? 43 No, hang on. How old am I? 1979. May 1979. But that may be 43. No, 44. Mid-40s. Oh, my goodness me. Where's the time going? Happy future birthday, Simon. Now we just need upside-down Dennis Taylor glasses. I think I'm going to need them. I can't see the shots. I can't see the long shots anymore. I think I'm going to need big old glass. I don't mind. Rocky ones. You know, the big rocky glasses. Lots of happy birthdays in advance. Thank you so very much. Love it. Well, he won't this year because Brassel knocked him out. I think Guinness will be out of business soon. The Brewdog Stout is a lot better than Guinness. And the same money for 4 cans. Well. Yeah, wow. Yeah, maybe. Paul Turvey's on the Franciscana. It's a good point. But it didn't have to give me a headache last week. Jeffrey says, hi, Simon and everyone else on the Beamish Irish Stout. Then my go-to Guinness West Indies Porter. Are you over the grapefruit review? Jeffrey Pello. Just really, like, I went into it. I've had a few India Pale Lagers in my time. Of course, I reviewed nigh on 9,000 beers. And I was expecting, like, I don't know why I expect more, but I was expecting more. I wasn't expecting grapefruit concentrate. I was like, I'm just absolutely fuming. I was absolutely I was fuming. I was annoyed because I feel like they're not listening. They're just not. They just don't care, do they, Aldi? They really don't care. everyone in the industry knows that the Hop Foundry beers, they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Do you know what I read on the side when I was processing the video? I was thinking the Hop Foundry, even that, like using grapefruit concentrate and calling the beer, after their fake name, the Hop Foundry. Like, but what? Why do they call it the Grapefruit Concentrate Foundry? I was fuming. Genuinely, I thought that was my biggest. I was question marking whether that was my biggest rant, because I was absolutely tamping with that beer. Tamping. Simon, what will snooker do when Ronnie O'Sullivan stops playing? Is the Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and Roger Federer a snooker? Captain Meek, there'll always be someone else coming through. They're talking about a new generation of snooker players, aren't they? They're talking about a generation of snooker players now that are just fearless. They're absolutely fearless. They don't have safety in mind. They literally have no safety in mind. They can play safety, but they don't have safety in mind. It's like a new breed. Even like your Mark Selby's and your Mark Allens and your Mark Williams, they're even evolving from them. Ronnie O'Sullivan evolving from Ronnie. Now, Ronnie in his day, the most attacking, fast player you ever want to see. Maybe I don't want to concentrate. Lee W's in. How you doing, Lee W? Welsh Wanderer, get a Mark Williams Club in Tredegar. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? For my birthday, book an hour. Maybe see the big man himself. Loving my butt extension. Hello, Simon. Greetings from Australia. Rich Bong too. How you doing? Max, Simon, what's your thoughts on Lowe's Water Gold? Never had it. Never had Lowe's Water Gold. How come you've opened your present early? That's cheating. It's also bad luck. I bet you don't make a break over 15 ever again. I hope so, Big Kev. I hope so. Put your pennies in. How do you feel about Cadstock being cancelled? Was it always overshadowed by Glastonbury? Butcher Bennion. I love Cadstock. I really did. They didn't have enough sponsorship money. The reason why I like Cadstock was you could take your own booze. Literally, you could take your own booze to a park, and the music was fantastic, and just the people, you're seeing people, all the faces that you've known all your life. You haven't seen people for years, and all of a sudden you see them in a park, and you got a bottle of beer in your hand that you brought yourself. All the toilets were provided. Free music festival where you take your own beer. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Sad though, isn't it? Sad. Glastonbury is good. It is good. I'm probably hoping to go this year. That was cracking. That really was cracking last year. Colin Prentice, Punty Gamer, Lagostina, and Paulina just arrived for the sub. Colin, you're gonna have a lovely night. You're gonna have a fantastic night on them. Hi Simon, I've just got back from my local microbrewery, Stubborn Mule Brewery and Tap in Timperley, Greater Manchester. Fantastic selection of beers and lovely people. That's all you want in life, isn't it? That's all you want. Fantastic people, good beer. Oh, and the sun to shine. It's got a bit cloudy here. All of a sudden, there's a bit of cloud blowing over. It looks like sea mist. We're on the coast here in Barry. Looks a bit of sea mist rolling over. How is everyone? We enjoying the weather, and we're all having a beer. Captain Meat. Beautiful, isn't it? What a day. Hit the like button down below. Hit the like button down below. That would be great. Mannix in here. Barry, they played the snooker club. Did they? Taylor Ben. Got one in my town with a couple of tables. Taylor Ben. Do you like it? Do you like playing? I'm a big fan. Frank Chase Frank from Brooklyn, New York, Simon. And he shoots pool. Oh, I reckon you Americans would like snooker. You Americans would love the game of snooker. Happy birthday for Monday, Simon says Steve Jeffrey. Thank you very much. Mannix are from Blackwood. Away, aren't they? Not too far away, yeah. My TV plays 60 frames a second. Fastest snooker I've ever seen. Pardon me. I booked in for Tuesday. Just reading Big Kev and Christine's chat about the MOT. What a palaver that was. What a palaver. So I booked in for the timing belt to go in on my Fiat. So by the timing belt, my one mate then said, do you have the water pump? I was like, what? Water pump? So I had to buy a water pump. And then he was busy, so I had to go to another garage. I went to a place called Main Street Motors just up here. And they said, have you got the tensioners? And I was like, what? So I bought all these things separate, and you could buy the pack for 70 quid. All of it separate was about 120. Buying it like bits. Timing belt, water pump, tensioners. Bought it all separate. Come into about 130. And now I gotta actually get the work done. But I'm feeling one of those, Big Kev. When I put it in August, I'm feeling like a big 1300 type of thing. Yeah, something like that for my car. But I'm having so much fun with it. I'm having so much fun. It's the low ratio where the turbo kicks in. It kicks in way before. Is it 200 revs or 200,000 revs? Is it 200 revs? 2,000 revs? I don't know. Kicks in really early anyway. And the thing, it's like a flipping, it's a monster car. Never had a faster car than that in my life. I've had Audis in the past. I've had Audi. This Fiat, unbelievable. I don't know what the person before it did to it, but it's a monster of a car. Monster. The most fun I've ever had. It's like it's Fiat Ferrari, isn't it? It's all been tuned and styled, and it's a sporting version. I feel like I'm driving around in a cheap Ferrari. Loving your big beer reviews, game changer. Harry Pulley, I've got a few more to come. Jimmy White was the best player. He never won a blooming tournament, though, did he? Never won the World Championship. Bought my missus a nice matching belt and bag for her birthday. The vacuum cleaner runs like a dream now. Oh, Philip James, that's a good one. From Ashington in Northumberland, biggest mining village in the world back in the day. Snooker tables all over the town in miners' welfares and 32 CIU clubs. Not like that now. I tell you what, if you live in a town where you've got loads of snooker tables, we're the same here in Barry. So where you dug up the coal in Northumberland, we probably exported it out of Barry. And we were the biggest. So if you were the biggest mining village, Barry at the time was the biggest coal exporting port in the world. The amount of coal that went off that dock was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So of course we have lots of hotels, snooker tables in, lots of clubs, snooker tables in. The thing is now you can't get rid of them. They're so big, they're so big you'd have to take the damn things apart. And when the clubs shut down, I often wonder how they get. They must come apart or something. 2,000 revs. Is there anyone avoiding snooker scores tonight? Check if people don't want spoiler updates on the match. Well, Carl, exactly that. Stuart, Had the Warsteiner keg the other day, Simon. It was outstanding. Remember, you gave it a Stone the Crows a while ago. Have a great long weekend, pal. Stuart, that was nearly a year ago. You can buy that keg all of the time in Home Bargains. And I just think to myself, what fantastic, fantastic beer for that money. It's like 16 quid for 5 litres of fantastic German lager. Ryan McFarlane says, hey everyone, and Simon, how's things? I'm good. I'm very, very good. I do, has anybody noticed? I sounded really Welsh then, didn't I? Has anybody noticed how fast I drink my first pint? 25 minutes. Gone, 25 minutes. Now, I want some of you guys who are watching later on, after 9 o'clock, I go down to 40 minutes, 40-minute pints. First 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden I slow. Can't keep the pace. Can't keep up with a safety car, you know? I felt nervous with that on the bar then. I felt nervous with the snooker table on the bar in case I blooming knock it over. Right, Mackenzie, Simon just forked out £1,224 on my car and another 950 plus VAT on it next month. Please stop complaining. Wow. Ryan McFarlane. Yeah. My colourblind mate insists that all apples are yellow. I told him that's bananas. Oh, do you know what? Some of them jokes I want to book. I want to book of Paul's jokes because honestly they're brilliant. Because I have a little delay of about half a second, and then I'm like, generally just drink vodka these days. Beer and lager bags me up way too much, says Ryan. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yep. 25 minutes is relatively slow, sir. Paul Turvey, is it? I mean, I'm talking now. I need to pull my other one, don't I? I don't think I can afford to be a craft ale drinker. It's just too expensive. I always go in the shop with all the best intentions, then end up with Reinbacher in my trolley. Lactic man, don't worry about it. I can't afford to drink craft beer as much as I'd like to think I might afford to drink all the craft beer in the world. I can't afford that. I simply can't afford it. And you know what? I don't mind saying it. Either, like yourself. Some of it's really, in all the will in the world, them beet beers were terrific. They were fantastic. But they're not even hitting 1,000 views. Of course, you've got to set yourself targets in business, haven't you? If you don't set yourself targets in business, then you're not running your business correctly, are you? I like to think that a beer review these days could hit 1,000 views. I think the problem is that people simply, I don't blame them. I was like, when I paid the bill, but some of these craft beers are 5, 6, they're £7 a can, and somebody pointed out that you can buy X amount of bottles of Reinbacher for that, and still have enough money for a bag of nuts. 4 beers and a bag of nuts. So it's 145. Yeah, you can buy 4 bottles of Reinbacher and a bag of nuts for £1 for the same price as a big double IPA that I paid for. And I think because I think these beer reviews are going to do fantastically well. I think, I got the great stuff, the beak stuff, the good stuff. your Deyers, your Verdants. It doesn't do very well on my channel. They really don't. And I think they don't do well because I'm always looking to be kind of like I'm helping people out. What did I review today? I reviewed them. I haven't released them yet. I reviewed the McCain sticky fries. They're coming to the channel. They're £2.50 for a box. I don't want to spoil the review, but they're 400 grams of chips for £2.50. You can guess where I'm going with this. But I like to think that I can offer people value for money. I'll stand here all night and drink wine back. I've got no quarrels with that whatsoever. I think it's all right. It's all right. It's a decent beer. So Lactic Man, don't you worry about your good intentions, because my intentions are generally, if a beer review for me, I want it to hit 1,000 views these days. It's just not happening when you buy expensive beers. Try 12. No, it's not. That's. I'm sure I'm pretty sure C only needs one more. Bristol don't. Bristol only had 5 earlier. Neil Smith. Look, totally get it. The pleasure that beer gave me. It was, it was like a luxury, a fantastic luxury to stand here and review that top quality beer. It really was. It was. There's more to come on the channel. There's more to come. I wish I could find a balance. I wish I could find a good balance between the cheap B&M stuff that I do and the Lidl and the Aldi and then the expensive stuff, because what I find is it's almost like I pigeonholed myself. I pigeonholed myself down this road of B&M, Home Bargains, Lidl, Aldi, Morrison's, Tesco. Morrison's and Tesco are not, they're not bargain by any means, but I've almost pigeonholed myself down the supermarket route, haven't I? And then when I go to review something expensive, I just don't have that viewership. And I don't have that viewership because they don't share that same... They don't share the same... interest, if you like, in supermarket beer, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It is. But I've been doing it long enough. I've been doing it long enough now where I know what works in terms of supermarket stuff, and I just fancied it. I just fancied a trip to the beer shop, and I just landed. I just fancied a box of beer from the beer shop. I'll do it again. Of course I will. Of course I just got to find that balance between when to drop them, when to drop these reviews. Maybe on a Friday afternoon, drop a big beer. Saturday, when everyone's in that feel good factor mood, Matt Williams says, reviewing great budget beer and food would be good for the channel. Plenty of views and interest. Matt Williams, that's the point, isn't it? That's the whole point. Why don't you get a keg and connect it to one of your hand pulls? Fraser. Ryan, right, I'm sure his name is Ryan. Wow. I should do, shouldn't I? Get a Warsteiner on the beer can be expensive and good value. Exactly. I should buy a keg, Fraser, for my machine, shouldn't I? Oh, Captain Meat says, for me, if you like lager, get either Pearl and Backer from Lidl, $2.79 for 4, or Reinbacher lager from Aldi, $3.49, and forget the rest. Do you know, it's not bad. That's good advice. That's cracking advice. The Germans know how to brew and make good quality beer. The Pearl and Backer in Lidl is good. The Aldi Reinbacher is simply just as good. I think maybe the day of Verdant reviews don't do too well is because in my local bottle shop, they are more expensive than craft beer in supermarkets. So it costs a little. Yeah, exactly that, Paul Turvey. Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. I tell you what I miss. Let's see if we can catch up with some of the comments first. As we say up north, see how the other half live. Lactic Man, yeah, absolutely. Jareth Lyons, hi Simon, just starting on the Guinness. Lovely weather here in Ireland. Shorts on, lying out in the garden. Lovely, isn't it? Really, really lovely. Jeffrey, Simon, I homebrew at home, and honestly, with a bit of patience, some of the beer kits available will now give you great beer at a fraction of the price. I shouldn't I? I keep promising myself. Maybe my mate, Dark Vale, who does the homebrew stuff, he told me to do some homebrew kits. He said they would do fantastic on your channel. Just to show people just, how much you can make a pint for yourself. Launch a stone at the crow, says Kaka Bush. Chippy T says I gotta hype them up more. Maybe that's the answer. William says Simon, will Mel put the suspender bottle and for your birthday? Show you. Oh, William, my marriage is terrific. Honestly. I still get shocked sometimes. And I'm like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? Honestly, it's like we went out a couple of weekends ago and I was drinking Erdinger in the pub. And my wife, she turned to me and she said, you sure you want that? I finished my Erdinger. And she said, you sure you want another one? And I wanted to string one on. I wanted to sit in the pub and string one on. And she said, are you sure you want another one? Got no kids? Go on, get an Indian. I was unbelievable. I'm not going to go into it personally, but unbelievable. I was like shocked. I'm glad I didn't string one on. I'm glad I didn't sit in that pub and drink another 3 pints and, woke up with a terrible headache in the morning. Just, yeah. So, William, the answer to your question, yeah, it's great. Things are great. Things are beautiful, man. I pinch myself sometimes. I really do. I'm thinking of moving to Gibraltar, seriously, as a British citizen. Any of us can go there, live and work there, and it's got to be more fun in the UK. Anyone have any experience of living there? Where's that? That's Spain, isn't it? The Rock of Gibraltar. Cod chops. The beer needs to be accessible to the masses, otherwise we get envy. Maybe it's that, cod chops. Maybe it's that. Hello, Steve, mate. Your audience is the bloke in the street, Simon, who mainly buys supermarket beers. Nothing wrong with that. People won't watch reviews of something they are never going to be able to afford to buy. Steve, honestly, do you know what I kind of use you as a bit of a gauge as to. So I read your comment earlier regarding the lager, the India Pale Lager that I reviewed only today. I reviewed that today. It was today, in this very jumper, in this very bar. It was today. Stuck it out on YouTube, put it out early. I thought that'll make a good review for a Friday. Stuck it out early, but I always read your comments, and I read them in a very good balance in terms of like what my audience. I reckon if I could balance, I talk about balance between sweet and bitter. I do this whole sweet and bitter thing all the time. I reckon I could use Steve Harris as that kind of balancing board in terms of like what to buy and what not to buy, because I reckon Steve's got a really good handle on it. So the crisps, I reviewed the Aldi hula hoops things and the Aldi Ridge Cut crisps, and I could tell that would have approved. I could tell that would have approved, and that would have been that would have been a good thing. And lots of people liked it, and yeah, fantastic. But at the same time, the bottle shop thing, I thought it was going to work out better than it has so far. I thought there was going to be lots and lots of people going, oh, he's buying in the bottle shop again, and because I used to have it when I first started the channel. I used to have a lot of people saying to me, buy from the bottle shop, buy online, buy better beer. But I don't get that so much anymore. When I do those bottle shop reviews, I get a lot of people saying, well, it looks nice, it tastes nice, but I would never spend £7 on a double IPA. And I suppose if I ask myself that question, would I, if I wasn't reviewing the beer, would I go to the bottle shop and buy that beer and drink that beer comfortably without thinking, oof, you spent a lot of money? I think I would struggle. I think I'd be drinking that beer, doing the same thing as many others do out there, thinking you could buy 4 bottles of Reinbacher and a bag of nuts for the same price as that double IPA. It's so difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult because at the same time, again, you're flip-flopping, you're thinking to yourself, these small breweries need the support. They need the support. They really do. I was going to go to a place, but I'm not going to go to that place. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there because it wouldn't be fair. So let's. Something popped up into my head. I was about to start, and I was like, no, don't go there. Simon, the reason why cheap beers do well on the channel is 2 things: cost of living and affordability. Captain Meat, absolutely. Tilly Buds, the German and Belgian classics, both the past and the future. Quality never goes out of fashion. That's a brilliant thing to say. For the Bucky, for the expensive beers, whether you say it's great or crap, people likely won't buy it anymore. But for the cheaper beers, people are interested in your thoughts because it's obtainable for most. Yeah, absolutely. Simon, I like to watch a beer review with the beer, so it needs to be available. Captain Meat. Yeah, makes sense. Big Kev, surely it's warm enough now for the pink shorts, huh? Come out of hibernation. No, because it's change of clothes day tomorrow, Big Kev. Saturday's change of clothes day. Exeter City Cubans, loving it. What's that new filtered Stella as well? Like, seen it today, but it's like £2.50 a bottle. That's expensive for such a lager. The unfiltered, it's been out quite a while, Christine. You want about the unfiltered or the? I don't know what you mean, filtered Stella. Yes, Big Kev, those pink shorts are beautiful. Won't be long. Exeter City Cuban is loving the proper craft beer reviews. I get it. Cooker's asking, am I in my garage? No. We're in the conservatory. I know it's terrible, but I wish we could still get Colt 45 in the UK. Great memories from the 1980s, says Ort. Yeah, agree. Lorraine Coleman says, evening, Simon. I'm drinking a Guinness Nitro Surge. What's your thoughts on the Nitro Surge, Lorraine? Have a look. Have a look at my video. We have one. We've done one. Put in Real Ale Guide Nitro Surge into YouTube and you'll see the video. Have a watch. Drink what you like. If you can only afford a couple, then so be it. Craig Holmes, there's also that as well. Some people say you don't have to drink a lot of beer, just drink quality stuff, but drink less of it. There is a problem with that, though, Craig Holmes. I read these comments a lot, and there is a problem with that. And the problem is that for the people who like to session, I like to session beer, proper. I'm enjoying tonight. It's Friday night. I'm a pint and a half in 45 minutes. I'll drink 3, 4, 5 pints tonight. I just like it. I like the session beer. If you buy expensive stuff but drink less, my night would be over by 8 o'clock. Because I've drunk two really expensive beers, and now what? Do I drink a cheap bottle of wine, or do I start drinking whiskey, or I like the session beer. I like to have a few. Yeah. We'll leave it there. I like the expensive beer reviews. I can take a chance on a £2 one, but would rather see a review of the pricey ones and get Simon's opinion. If he loves it, then I'd be willing to spend the money. Right. Am I going to Tenby this year? Oh, absolutely. Every year we go to Tenby. It's my wife's favourite place in the world, and I wouldn't deprive her of going to Tenby. I love it too. I love Tenby. I've been going all my life, really. So it's more exciting for my wife because she's from Salisbury in England, and yeah, she hadn't seen it as much as me. I've been seeing it all my life. I've been seeing it since I was like 2 or 3. It's an hour and a half drive, so it's not too far. Right, Paul's beer reviews. Saw a guy going uphill with a trolley full of horseshoes, 4-leaf clovers and rabbit's feet. I thought, he's pushing his luck there. Love it. Do you know, the trouble with me, Paul, is the one you said earlier about blind mans and bananas and stuff, blind man and apple. And he said, no, it's yellow. See, I got it wrong already. I can't stick jokes in there. I cannot stick jokes in there for love nor money. I'll memorize a joke for an hour. I'll wake up in the morning. It's gone. And I almost get frustrated because you could have some fun when you're telling jokes. You can have some you can get a whole table of people laughing their socks off with a great joke. I've never had that ability to keep a joke in the head. keep a joke in my head. Never had that ability. It's a great ability to have. It really is. First time caller, just think if you would have lost the war, we would have German beers in pubs instead of Carlin Foss and John Smiths. Well. Supermax beer, etc. Most of the time, throw in the odd bottle shop beer. Chance to experience it though. You even if you can't afford it, 1 or 2 incredible beers versus 6 pints. Matter of what you want, I suppose. Yeah, exactly that. Irish Craft Beer Guy Alan Mead has put up the membership. Ryan said, if you go back to Tenby, you should do a feature-length video on the Harbour Brewery. Oh, I will. Ryan McKenzie, new member. It's taken me a while to get to this. Sorry, Ryan McKenzie. I'm using an app, or not an app, but a website called StreamYard. And it's a bit like, it's not as great as the original YouTube app was. And we've also got a super chat. Hello, Lewis. Beer Reviews is watching. I'm going to skip through to the super chat as well we had, because I've realised I'm behind. Ryan McKenzie, £10 super chat. Happy birthday for next week, matey. Just started a perfect draft Stella. Going to be a long night. Just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so very much for the £10 super chat. And while we're there, we got another one. Another birthday super chat. Oh, what's happened now? Another birthday super chat. We'll get that one up. And that says, The Showman. It's my birthday tomorrow. 67. Got a couple of St. Bernardas. Lovely. You enjoy it, man. You enjoy it. Hey, I tell you what, The Showman. Isn't it nice having a May bank holiday birthday weekend? I do enjoy it. I do enjoy my bank holiday birthday weekend. It's a lot warmer than what it used to be, isn't it? Might have a barbecue. On Monday. Get some meat. Clean the floor. Clean the yard. Clean the garden. Have a bit of a barbecue. Thank you for the birthday super chats. I really appreciate it. Simon looking especially. Loving the ponytail. Nigel, thank you very much, Nigel. Christine's talking to William. Yes, cheers to the bank holiday weekend birthday weekend. Yeah, that's good. Sean Maxwell, Simon, what is the best beer and the worst beer? Sean Maxwell. This might sound like I'm backing out of it. I'm like backing out of making a great decision. But I always say the best beer is the beer you got in your hand, the beer you're happy drinking, the beer that you want at the time. There might be times in the winter I want to drink barley wine and stout and porter. There'll be times in the summer on a boiling hot day that I want to drink a crisp German Pilsner. I don't think there's ever one beer for just one occasion, you know? Like, if I had to choose one beer, it'd probably be Pliny the Younger by Russian River Brewing Company. But I'm not sure I'd want to drink Russian River Pliny the Younger 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon in the belting heat of the mid-sun. I think, that's the beer you drink and you go to bed. But at that time of day, 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, I love to have a beer that time. It'd be a nice, cold, crisp German Pilsner. And that will be, at that very moment in time, when the sun's beating down on my head, that will be equally as good as the Russian River Pliny the Younger. Would I want to drink a freezing cold Pilsner? sat in front of a fireplace in the middle of winter? Probably not. Probably not. That's the time for porter and stout and big, thick, creamy, rich barley wines and oatmeal stouts and, a beer to cuddle next to the fire, contemplate, thinking, enjoying life. Beer is for many occasions, many, many occasions. You might be down the beach. You might be sitting there with your sunglasses on, eyeballs everywhere, all over the beach, thinking they can't see your eyes with the eyeball, with the sunglasses on, checking out the beach, scoping out on the beach. You might just want to be drinking like a cold San Miguel or something like that, Right, let's take that off. Thank you very much for the super chat, the showman. Exeter City Q is going to crack a verdant. There you go. There you go. Enjoy it. How is the garden progressing? Mike Smith. It's been a really interesting week. But I still can't say much. The trouble is, I made a couple of really good videos, didn't I, on the garden, and within 3 days of me making videos, like I'd have the first one was the planning. I had planning on my head. The planning department come down on me like a ton of bricks, and then I made another video and what they said was, because I know the woman in planning, what they said was, the person who reported you is not even from Barry. And I said, can I follow that up with the second question? They said yes. I said, were they even in Wales? And they said no. So my problem is, Mike Smith, I would love to make loads of different videos on what's going on with progress, but it's other. Do I even go into it? You guys know. You guys have been watching my channel long enough. You guys know what's going on. There's a lot of whack-a-mole going on in there. Remember the game whack-a-mole in the arcades where something popped up and bang, the hammer come down? There's a lot of whack-a-mole going on. And simply, the moment I open my mouth, I get myself in lots of different troubles. So as much as Mike Smith, I would love to stand here. I'd love to make a video and talk about it. I can't. Simply can't. So there's progress. Of course, there's always progress. But I'm not going to let whack-a-mole. Have his day, So I can't talk about it, which is a real shame. It's a real shame. We remember Joe the Pub Chaser is a new member to the channel. Thank you very much, Joe the Pub Chaser, for becoming a new member of the channel. We got 2 new members tonight. Summer cocktails, says Paul. Godslayer. End of the night, Godslayer. Big Kev, as a kid, this weekend always indicates the start of summer. Watching the snooker final Sunday to Monday. Big Kev, you are absolutely bang on. For me, Big Kev, I have my own one of those. And it's the Australian Grand Prix in March. Australian Grand Prix in March. That for me is when summer kicks off. Funny, isn't it? How we have our little markers. We have our little kind of lines in the sand. Mine's the Australian Grand Prix, but I totally get it. Totally get it. Some of the late evening sunshine is taking years of you, or maybe drinking from four, waiting on the live stream is confusing me. It's taking years off you. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the camera. You're absolutely right. I was asked the same. Good evening, all. Says Kevin Patton. You interviewed the beer writer. I remember when he said the cheap corn rice lager that he was served after a long flight. Oh, was the best beer in the world at that moment. Yeah. Pete Brown. Yes, Jack Bandit. Pete Brown. Yeah. Last Wanderer. What's the most expensive beer that you've reviewed? I'm on the vocation of Corey, Life and Death tonight before a night at 20 Rabbit in Rogerstone tomorrow. Welsh Wanderer. I don't do it anymore. But I bought a beer called Black Ops. It was like a Call of Duty style beer. 750 milliliter bottle of stout. Cost me 20 quid. 20 quid. I don't do it anymore. I just do not do it anymore. But I used to buy. I used to think that these beers would do terrifically well, fantastically well on the channel, but they don't. If you put in Black Ops beer, it's even difficult to find on YouTube. TV not the best, but if you've got a hangover, you'll drink it. Definitely Brighton, South Wales and North Wales. Flat Earthers, take note. Purcell's 9. Yeah, I think Purcell's done, to be honest. Serious question. What is your favourite non-alcoholic beer? I think Guinness is really decent, says Tangfastic. I can't drink any of it, Tangfastic. I'm awfully sorry. I hope I haven't upset you, but I can't drink anything from the non-alcoholic world. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. I'm either drinking or I'm not. If I'm not drinking, I'll drink tea, coffee, orange squash, blackcurrant juice. If I'm drinking, I drink beer. And it's as simple as that. I can't see how there's a market for 0% beer. I just don't see it at all. Sorry, I hope I haven't offended you in any way, but I've always been honest on the channel. Beer for the moment, Ruben, thank you very much. Simon, it would be good if you could get us on your channel one day, all of us on the big screen. Sure, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Michael Richards, well, you never know, do you, mate? You never know. Hope everyone's having a good day, says Saw Lizard. Nigel, we love you. Thank you very much. Great show. Watching in Scottsdale as in the USA. Cool. Nigel's enjoying this tonight. Well done, Nigel. Just be yourself, son. Oh, of course. Absolutely. All things are progressing. Lovely. I've had some really good news. I'd love to share my really good news this week. All legal, all above board. Some really good news. Simon, keep your chin up. Be in your happy place. Oh, no. Sure, Maxwell, absolutely. Hey, Si, talking of Imperial Stouts, I just remembered I got a Northern Monk Barrel Aged Stanic Imperial Stout in the cupboard that I'll send you soon. Oh, Simon Stanley, thank you very much. That'd be nice. Klaus Pocket, how you doing? Hey up, Simon. How you doing? Our Irish craft beer guy, Alan Mead. Alan Mead has put a link up for the membership. If you want to become a member of the channel, fantastic. Put hit the link. Alan Mead, Irish craft beer guy. If you want to be a member of the channel. Simon, you're long overdue a perfect draft keg review. What's the update on your machines? Getting the PD Pro. Lewis Williams, no. I got my perfect draft. Here's the tray. It's dusty. It needs cleaning. I need to buy some kegs. I really need to buy some kegs. I really do. Update on the perfect draft. Blade beer, Krups. My Krups is covered in dust. Covered. They were great, weren't they? In the you know, when they were bringing out keg after keg after keg, they were fantastic. They don't bring them out so much anymore, and you just find that it's just taking up space. Like I want to do Lewis. I want to do some more kegs. I really do. I need to get myself in the gear. Clown's Bucket, where's Mel? Oh, I do it on my own now, to be honest. She's gaming and doing what she likes to do. Simon, have you ever done a review on Buckfast? Simon, have a look on YouTube. Put in Real Ale Guide Buckfast review. And you'll see me right there with my Buckfast. Irish craft beer guy Alameda saying, let's smash that like button if we haven't already. How many likes have we got? How many likes have we got on the channel? I'd love to know. Same here, Simon. The Australian Grand Prix is always around my birthday too. That's the start of the best months of 10 years for me. John, absolutely. So Brian is saying, any F1 fans here? I'm stuck in Ohio and seem to be the only one who loves F1 around here. I'm sure be much more popular. It's massive in the UK, F1. Massive, Brian. Massive. I watched quali today. Leclerc's on pole. Fair play. Charles Leclerc's on pole. Fair play to him. He put the 2 Red Bulls behind him. He loves that track. He loves Azerbaijan. Absolutely loves it. I think he's just fearless, isn't he? Proper fearless driver. Flat out. Down them straights. Last of the late breakers. You think on them straights, if you press that brake pedal 0.1 seconds later than the man next to you, and you make the corner, you're going to be making yards. You're going to be making yards and yards. And that's the reason. That's the reason with greatness, I think. Charles Leclerc is a great Formula One driver. That Ferrari shouldn't have been on pole. Should not have been on pole. Charles Leclerc took that Ferrari to pole today. And that's because of just his bravery. Just complete. But I've got accuracy around them wiggly parts of the track. But he was flying today. Yes, I remember when the beer exploded in the kitchen. Hello, said the Peanuts episode. Those squirrels are really buggers. Every morning I've got 4 of them on my window, literally on my windowsill, trying to get in my flat. And they're addicted to custard creams. As if they're hungry. Really, Christine? Love it. Clown Spocket loves the rants. Charlie says Colt 45 was an amazing blast from the past. Nigel, Simon, what do you think of Listen Without Prayer album with George Michael? Personally, I think it's a masterpiece. Oh, I've never heard it, Nigel. Sorry, never heard it. Big Kev says that cola sour you drank the other day was right up my street. I would have loved that. Cola is my favorite flavor, and I always wanted a cola beer. Yeah, cola sour. There's lots of cola sours out there. Big Kev, if you Google cola sour, you'll find lots of it on the internet. It's quite a popular thing. Mike Smith says Ghost Ship Zero was good. Good beer when you're driving. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Paul Goggin, how you, Paul Goggin? How you doing, mate? Ruben's Tap House says Tesco got Brewdog Ale, the King, 12 cans for 10 quid, club card. I think it's all right. The reason why there's not many reviews of that beer is I don't know who made that decision to try and get people to buy 12 cans of Coronation beer. But it was a bad one. I looked at it and I was like, no. I'll drink one can, the rest will be on the shelf. Never get drunk. Back in the day, Brewdog were fantastic. They really were. But now, it's just like people know. The reason why it's still on the shelf in Tesco is because people know you're not going to buy 12 cans of Brewdog beer, do you? Consciously? Oh, God, just like. They didn't. I was in Aldi yesterday. You all know I was in Aldi yesterday because I put that beer review on this morning. But I was in Aldi yesterday and I seen this big, like they put their beer on pallet trucks now in Aldi with like this, like almost like we were the first craft brewery. Remember us? You know, we started it all. The beer, that's what they say. The beer that started it all. Yeah, but where's the consistency, Brewdog? It might have been. In fact, it wasn't. In fact, it wasn't the beer that started it all. Sierra Nevada Brewing Company been going since the 1970s. Sam Smith's in America, Boston Lager. It's been going since the 1970s, 1980s. Craft beer's been around longer than Brewdog would just. It just, you know, I just walked past my trolley. I was like, I just walked past it. There's never a temptation to put 4 cans of Punk IPA in my trolley. There's no temptation whatsoever. There's no need. There's no willingness. There's no I want to do that. Simon ripped Aldi's face blue, smiling. Good on you. Hate getting duped by supermarkets myself. Dan's a lion. Brilliant. Much like zero sugar pop, no alcohol beer makes no sense to me, says Liam. Can the Witcher Hour start early? Well, I better go and get a beer, haven't I? I've been standing here for the last, 10 minutes without a beer. Let me take my empties. I'm going to go and get a beer. Blue. I am back with another Vice beer. Mel's come down for a Vice beer as well. She's come down for a Reinbacker. Have you considered painting the wall behind you? Or any other bar updates? Mark S. White. The walls are white. It's all right. it's okay for now. What we have here is okay for now. Just looking at my asleep cat on the glass roof. Fast asleep up on the windowsill. Crazy. Nigel says, great community here. It is. It's like vegans eating vegan sausage rolls. If you don't like eating meat, why would you replicate it? Well, yeah. We could go down the whole road of things, couldn't we? Of non-alcoholic beer, zero sugar Coke, vegan sausage rolls. I think people just like that comfort, don't they, of what they used to have before. And pretend, maybe they're just pretending they're eating a sausage roll. Who knows? Simon, ever thought about doing a raffle or auction to come and have a few drinks with you on a Friday night live? Ryan McKenzie. That's a very good idea. I mean, we could think about that, couldn't we? We really could. Orchard Big Cider is very good on the perfect draft, says Alan Mead. I just had a can of Thornbridge Rifle. Is good. Nigel says, please don't mob me. Far too much responsibility. Okay, Nigel, I won't. Simon, are all these pumps behind you functional? That's a very good question, actually, Mike. This one obviously isn't. It's just kind of like standing there. This one is. Hear it? That one is too. This, can you see as far as that's a got a Linda? Can you see the Linda? I got a Linda machine over there. That's a light. Unfortunately, look. That's a light. That's a light. And apparently, this one, the Brains Bitter Pump, I can connect my Linda to it, but I got to take the front off the Linda. I got to take the tap off, and I just got to put a line feed into it, and I can connect it to the Brains Bitter Pump. And when you pull the pump down, it actually works as an engine, the Linda machine, to work as a beer pump, which would be great. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So the two on the end are functional. That's decoration, and the Brains Bitter Pump could be put to work. Simon, remember when the beer exploded in the kitchen? I remember. Nigel. King William the 111th is no arrival to but fast face. Oh, right. I'm off to Disney in a few weeks. I will show you where to drink. Plenty of places to go. Christian. By all means, Christian, make a where to drink in Disney video. That would be great, wouldn't it? Expensive, mind. If you've got deep pockets, there are places to drink. If you've got deep pockets, wow. Brew London this year, mate. Unfortunately, Moward, the beer boss, unfortunately, it clashes with the coronation, doesn't it? So I can't go this year. I can't go. Liam H, F1 is my bread and butter. Yeah. I mean, I used to be. kind of used to be. I like it. I love it. Football, darts, snooker. I've realised, I tell you, Liam H., let me just finish on this. I've realised in life I've spent far too much time watching sport on the telly, and I've not done enough of it myself. And I'm like really frustrated that kind of like for years I didn't even think. There wasn't a moment in my mind that thought I could do that. One of the moments, not a moment in my mind I could do that. It's only now, 40 blooming 4 on Monday, thinking if I play hard enough, if I practice hard enough, can I like become a snooker player? And I'm too late. I'm too old. Like, what was I doing? Sitting there watching snooker and football and rugby and tennis and darts and all this other stuff and thinking, why am I so interested in this and I haven't done it? Why haven't I done any of it if I'm that interested? I used to live for sport. A lot of people do. A lot of people live for sport. And I kind of wonder, like, why didn't I connect the dots? Why didn't I connect and go, when I was a younger man, I could have done something like that. I could have picked up a snooker cue 20 years ago and learned to play. It never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. I look back now, and like many old men say to young men, you could do that, or you know, if I was your age now, that you get that all the time from old people, don't you? If I was your age now, I would snap it. I would snap. If I was 5 again, going into school, just be pulling on my dad's trouser leg, put me in a cart, age 5, put me in a go-kart, and just every single day put me in a go-kart until I realise this. But you can't go back, can you? It's impossible. It's impossible to go back. It's impossible to go back 30, 40 years and tell your dad to put a snooker cue in your hand and you know, you could have done. So instead of watching sport on the telly all those years, there was no spark, there was no man, there was no, I could do that. Why didn't I have that? Why didn't I have that kind of like, why is it now, 44 years of age, now you're like, oh, maybe I could have done something like that. Hello, Jane Irwin, how you doing? Hi, Simon, thanks. It's Friday. Yeah. Buckfast vid. Oh, Irish craft beer guy Alan Mead for the Buckfast vid on YouTube if you want to watch it. Love F1. Charles Leclerc was on fire today, really was. Chippy T. Sorry, Chippy T. Any MotoGP fans, proper sport. Ryan McKenzie, my brother-in-law loves the MotoGP. Sat on the track and then he got smashed by the F1 cars. I missed that, Christine. What does everyone think of the new sprint format? Really weird, isn't it? It's like, qualifying on a Friday. Most people are in work. Most people work, unless you're privileged. Most people work Friday afternoons. Loved your raise at the Aldi IPL. Stuart, thank you. Marcus Simmons, cheers for the spoiler. Nigel, motorcycles, far more interesting. James, it's just noise on a Sunday. Kevin Patton loves Speedway. F1 from the 60s to the 90s was a lot better. Can't really watch more than 10 minutes of modern Formula 1 due to how bad the cars sounded. That Halo thing, what's that about? Whoa, Christine, I get it, but I remember when it saved someone's life straight away, that Halo thing. Thanks, Azza, Wi-Fi HPA, and Betty Back. Great beers. Well done, Steve. First Coca-Cola, M&S selling Vocation Black Forest Stout for 6.8 for £1.50 a can. Yeah, you know why? It's not very good. It's a bit rubbish. It really is. It's a bit of a rubbish beer. Yeah, Simon, the squirrels are crazy here where I live. The intelligence is, they can open my flat window. No joke. Oh my goodness me. JPS Lotus was the best sounding F1 car, more than likely. Best beer on the blade. Nigel, thank you very much. Simon, I think it's went full circle. When I was young, you got to carry out then the pub because it was the cheap option, and now in 2023, nothing's changed. What's coronation beer? The King's coronation, the King's thing next weekend. People are putting beer out there for that. Ales of the King, yeah, what we're just talking about. I have a pint of, we got a super chat, £1.49, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you very much. The Draftsman. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Not interested in the coronation. Charles was hanging. And the late queen was a nice lady, but the rest of them. Well, Christine, yeah. I think he likes his ale. If I can say one thing about Prince Charles, I think he likes his ale. Thornbush, Big Brewdog. Simon, don't read aloud my previous one. Trouble. Keep the lifeboat afloat. Yeah. Right, I got to go for a wee. Back now. First wee of the night at 8:25. Hello. Barrister Chocolate Quad here. Consistent as you like. Oh, David McGee. What a beer that is. Can I tell you a story about that beer, David McGee? Oh. So, first time I tried the Barista Chocolate Quad, I was in Belgium. And I was served in a Michelin star restaurant. I was served a rack of ribs, with a lamb rack of ribs with mashed potato. And back then, even now, really, I'm not very good with meat. So I ate the mashed potato and less the ribs. It didn't go unnoticed. Lots of people were like, what's the matter with him? And I remember they had these big like glass bowl things, and you could help yourself. You could help yourself to, let's have a drink whilst the dog has a drink. Gotta love dogs with no teeth drinking water out of a bowl. Sounds like a goddamn washing machine. But they had these big glass bowls full of water and cold bottles of barista chocolate quad in. And it was fantastic. It was great. I think I had a big bowl of mashed potato that night in a Michelin star restaurant. And I must have drunk about 4 of those chocolate quad beers from barista. It was just fantastic. Fantastic. Don't buy RC Mo from Castle Rock and Morrison's Nasty Hop Extract Frank. Oh no, Steve, it used to be a great beer and a great label. What a lovely label on that beer. Lanny Street, Brewdog. Yep, absolutely. Didn't they just the Joy for recipe from yep, AD, more or less. More or less. Simon is about 10 minutes behind in the chat. Right. Andrew Rawlinson, I'm going to catch up with the chat. I'm going to go through. I do apologise if you've all had chats missed. I do apologise, but I'm going to catch up with the chat. WDD the Draftsman, €5 super chat says, thank you for your amazing content. As a Belgian, Parat is my favourite beer. I would like to see a modern review of it. Cheers and many greetings. Well, you paid a €5 super chat. Why don't I do it, eh? Let's do a Parat Belgium updated review. How's the fly? Alex, when are you going to do some new? Oh my goodness me! I keep reading the same comment over. Lots of people asking perfect draft, perfect draft. Maybe the thing to do is email all of your questions to Beerhawk and ask them when are they going to start bringing out a load of new kegs. That might be the answer. That might be the way to go, because I can't review beer that's not out. I can't review kegs that have not been released yet. It was great back in the day when kegs were coming out left, right, and centre, but they're simply not coming out anymore. They simply are not coming out. To the point where, it's a shame to say, but it's almost as if I'm getting to the point now where my blade, I don't know, I'll either do a giveaway on the blade or I'll do some kind of like eBay, put it on eBay or something. I just don't use it. I love my blade. I love it, but I just don't use it. Mag says, what's been the topic of conversation? Oh, all sorts tonight, Mag. Absolutely all sorts of good stuff. Beer, more beer, snooker, Formula One, a little bit of football. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's been really good. Christine, I'll read anything out loud. I don't mind me. I'm out of beer in a bar. Brian, should I switch to Prosecco or red wine? Life is tough. Brian, man. Yeah, you enjoy what you can get your hands on, Brian. You really do. Paul says talking amongst yourselves. Kevin Patton, the Bluebirds are staying up. Well, let's talk football for a little bit. I watched that game last night. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I did. There was a lot of Cardiff City fans with rubber dinghies and like rubber ducks, and because the first match was called off because of the little bit of rain that come down. A little bit like Derby County for Snowgate. It was nice. It was nice. The Snowgate thing. It was nice to see them get their comeuppance. I don't want to see the problem I have is I don't want to see Rotherham go down, because like what happened at Derby at the time, they were a big club. They spent money. They were maybe getting into the playoffs. So I had to sort my fantastic animal out. Yeah, Derby County were a big club. You kind of understand it a little bit more with Rotherham. You kind of understand it because it's almost like life and death with them. It's almost like they're playing literally for the whole club, and you kind of understand. Yeah, they might be brushing water on the pitch and whatnot, but I mean Derby for that Snowgate thing was even worse. I was furious with that Snowgate thing. I'll never forgive Derby for that. Never forgive them, because they were a Premier League club. They've been a Premier League club. They've been a big club. They know how to react. They know how to treat other clubs, smaller clubs than them. And now they've had their comeuppance. They're in League One. They're in League One now, and there's not. I don't think there's much of a chance of them coming back up either, is there? They're done and dusted. Done and dusted now. But Rotherham. Well, different kettle of fish, isn't it? Different kettle of fish. If you asked me to point out where Rotherham was on the map, I probably wouldn't be able to show you. And that's the point, isn't it? You never see, when you watch the BBC weather forecast, you never see Rotherham on the map, do you? And it's a bit sad, really, because if you're at a club like that, then you're never really kind of like, you're never going to get on the radar, are you, of life? I suppose Derby either. When was the last time you've seen a BBC weather forecast and you've seen Derby on the map? I suppose that's the same for them now, isn't it? Catching up with the chat. Don't just read on some. Oh, just hangs around me like. I can't say too much about the dog anymore. I can't. He was a good dog in his day, I suppose. If you'd been to Rotherham, you'd know why. Silent Kimberly. I've never seen Barry on the BBC weather. Well. There's always pictures of Barry. Whenever you always see pictures of the beach huts and the beach and stuff. They just don't say this is in Barry. Simon, if we have a local brewery near us and would like to send you a few cans, where would you send? P.O. Box, anything. Brian, if you email me, Brian, at realaleguide@googlemail.com, we'll have a chat on the email, Brian. We'll have a good chat. Wayne Silverman asking about the bar. It's a room, really. It's a conservatory, kind of like. It used to be outside. When I first moved here, it used to be the outside, and I put a roof on, and probably it's all piecemeal. I've done it all like secondhand boards of mahogany and like the drip trays, these brass drip trays donated to me. Pumps, sponsored pumps from 0.365. Pumps here from I picked up in second-hand shops. It's all like I piecemealed it all together, you know. It's nothing like. It all looks rather nice, doesn't it? It really does. It all looks rather nice, but it's all second-hand piecemeal stuff that I've kind of stitched together, and companies have kind of kindly donated to me. I still remember the live stream of you and us picking the name Stone Crow. Seems like yesterday. And go for beer in and go and make us proud. Oh, yeah. Oh. The Draftsman, €5 super chat. Thank you very much. The Stone Crow Virtual Pub, when we got the name. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? It was great. I like your crisp reviews. M&S, can't beat them crisps. Oh, Wayne Silverman. They make great crisps, don't they? They really do. Paul, Natalie and Maggie. You commented earlier on the channel. Way behind because I've only just got here. Are you on the Franciscana side? Hope you're well, mate. I'm well. I'm on the Aldi Weiss beer. Aldi Reinbacher Weiss beer. Thank you, Paul, Natalie and Maggie. Anyone drink Titanic's Plum Porter? Drinking it for the first time and it's blooming lovely. Solo Indiana. It's a fantastic, fantastic beer. It's one of those beers that every now and again you see it in the supermarket and you're like, ooh, that's blooming good. Susie Lane's in, evening side, and all on a happy Friday. Just having a cold cider and watching and re-watching the Amber versus Johnny trial for craps and giggles. Enjoy. Blademan says, I watched your Man vs. Beer from 2 years ago. It was hilarious. I cannot tell you, Blade Man, how I felt the next day. The next day, how I felt was just bonkers. I look really red in the video. I just turned around to the mirror to see if I'm just as red. I think there's something clashing. I don't know. Maybe I need to turn the lights on or something. But I look like a blooming beetroot, don't I? Stephen Claxon's in. Hi, Simon, says Stephen Claxon. How are we doing? We're nearly into the witching hour. I need to put the lights on, don't I? It's starting to get a bit dark in here. Okay, Google, turn on the conservatory lights. Here we go. What else have I got here? Light over here. Light over here don't work. There we go. I don't look so blooming pink now, do I? Look a bit normal. Oh my goodness me, that was terrible, Lydia. I'm fortunate to have a real ale pub on my doorstep, albeit it's on a train platform, but despite the noise, the beer is still fantastic, says Liam H. Fantastic. I'm red because I'm Welsh. Can we get a hail, hail for the boys on Sunday? Oh, I'll be watching the game on Sunday. Cardiff, Huddersfield, 12 o'clock. No pressure game. Enjoy it for the fans. Yeah, I think we do all right. Warnock's back. Big Kev says, what's up with supermarket prices? The pot noodle has been my default item to judge how the current prices are. The curly whirly also in my default item when referring to where we are nowadays. So Big Kev, just to follow up on that, if you use the pot noodle, Big Kev, as a bellwether, how much is a pot noodle these days? I haven't bought an actual pot noodle for ages. How much is a pot noodle, Big Kev? Charlie says, follow. Yes, give us a follow. The bar now looks like a Trappist monastery with a light. Hi, mate. Thoughts on Everton? We getting relegated? Do you know, if Everton do go down, I think they got a fantastic manager in Paul Dyche they'll bounce straight back up. It won't be ideal for the old lady. It won't be ideal for the old lady to see her last year of service as a football ground in the Championship. But they'll bounce straight back. They'll hold on to the squad. They'll bounce straight back. They'll be okay. Saying that, I still think there's a fantastic opportunity of safety. I think if they beat Leicester on Monday, is it Monday, Sunday, Monday? If they beat, whenever they play Leicester, Sunday or Monday, if they beat Leicester and claw their way out of the relegation zone, I still put my bellwether on Leeds. If you finish above Leeds, you're safe. How Leeds have been bouncing around that relegation zone for years, haven't they? I just think Leeds are like, they finish above Leeds. If you finish above Leeds, I think you'll be okay. Leeds somehow every year they're like drowning. They'll just stick their head above water every year. Chris B's been doing a Teams meeting with an American all night. We've missed it. Ben Oaks, Simon, have you picked up any more Coronation Ale? So I just bought a bottle of Coronation Ale from M&S by Elgood's Brewery. Oh, I thought that would be out, but it's taken ages to come out. Ben Oaks, I'll buy it because it'd probably be really good. Fredo's the one. Paul, Natalie, and Maggie, the bellwether, yeah. See how much prices are really going up when you buy a 10p Fredo. Remember the 10p Fredo? Simon, put the lights on. Where's Mel? Hope the lights are on. Hi, Simon. When are you going to finish the garden? Well, we'll happen Monday. It'll be one of those situations. I'll just pick up a snooker cue and say, hey, we're going in the garden. And, there we are. Be in the bunker playing snooker. It'll be one of those situations, I'm sure. Roy's in. Yes, Roy Brulin's in. How you doing, Roy? Where is he? Drinking Erding of ice beer, half litre, 99 cents. Perfect, Roy. Simon Kimberley, I hope Leeds stay up, but have been super crappy at times. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hello, all. Aber Citra on my third can. Amazing stuff. Enjoy it. Aber Brewery. Curly Whirly is £1. Curly Whirly in the size of a 90s school ruler used to be 10p, says Big Kev. Lots of people joining. Anyone stuck in Rebellion Red Marlow Brewery? Never heard of it, to be honest. Sorry, reception S. I do apologise. What do you want to talk about, Simon? Let's have a rant. Must be Tired and responded to messages and isn't the best to watch. Oh, Ben Oaks. Ben Oaks says it's not a good watch. Me just standing here replying to comments. I don't. It doesn't affect me on the day. It doesn't affect me on the day, Ben Oaks. But the next day, I'm like a flipping zombie. I'm like, all day. Like struggle on a Saturday now because it's brain power, isn't it? You're using brain where you're sitting here like, and you're trying to keep up with all of the, you're trying to keep up. Sean Dyche, sorry, Chris Stannard. You're trying to keep up with all the comments. You've got multiple conversations on the go. You're drinking beer. And it's the next day. I don't wake up probably till about I'm up at 6 in the morning, every morning. But I'm like, all day, the next day. $211 people at the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. Darren Butcher just put in a £5 super sticker. Thank you very much, Darren Butcher, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Simon drinking that grapefruit juice earlier was going to turn into the Hulk and smash at the barrel. He got ripped off by Aldi on that, the worst thing. The ingredients were not even listed on the can. Christine, absolutely. Why? God, I'm slurring tonight. I'm doing a bit of slurring tonight. I want to clean the camera. There we are. Get the dust off the camera. That's better. There we go. That's a bit cleaner, isn't it? I must get all the dust off my camera. Red ales in Wales. Red ales. Oh, I don't know. Probably what the Kutch is. Kutch by Tiny Rebel. Is that a red ale? Used to be. I'm not sure it would be now. It'll probably be a strawberry jam infused pale ale now, but it used to be a red ale, Kutch. Used to be a red ale. Big up, mate. Love these shows. They're brilliant. Says Glasgow Red TV. Cool. Verdant Laugh at the Odds. There's Rich Temple, who's having that. Good. What do you want to talk? Oh, we read that from Ben Oaks. Me reading. Ben Oaks wants me to go on a rant. We're not in the witching hour yet. We can't go ranting. Yeah, I'll be like flipping if I start ranting now. What can we talk about now? I mean, people don't want me to stand reading comments, so. Does everybody think winter's gone? Does everybody think finally, it might be time for the pink shorts? It might be time for the pink shorts, to crack out the pink shorts. Finally, going into the month of May. Is that a good topic of conversation to talk about? Have we finally got rid of the cold weather? It's been the start of the year this year. It's been rubbish, hasn't it? You know, the biggest thing with that situation in 2020 is the fact that we had the most warm, amazing start to the year ever. It just didn't rain. We had high pressure in 2020 and the sun was just shining and shining. It was amazing. Amazing. And the problem with that is you think that every year is going to be the same. Every year is going to be fantastic and sunny and lovely. And then it rains. And then it carries on raining. And you're like, whoa, flipping heck, it's raining again. And you think it's almost as if because of, dare I say it, global warming. We have dry seasons now in the UK, don't we? Where you go outside, you expect to wear your flip-flops. You expect this time of year now. It's like this time last year, I had my flip-flops on. This year, I'm in a hoodie. I'm in jeans, socks, shoes. It's like, oh man, I want to be in my flip flops. I really do. I want to be in my flip flops and my shorts. Five to 9. Another beer coming. This beer has hit me tonight. I'm not going to mess about. I never pull punches, do I? I never pull punches, and I never really hold back, unless we're talking about legal situations in the garden. But but I feel a bit. Well, rosy red cheek for a start. Look at this. Look at this. It's coming. Look, it's coming. The old big red cheek from the beer is coming. I'm gonna go and get a beer. It just come to me because I'm getting slightly hungry. Snacks. What snacks is everybody eating? So now we've got a super chat, have we? Roy Brulin, €2.46. Simon, how is the flappy flap thing? Hope all is good. Oh man, alive. How is the flappy flap? It's not too bad, Roy, to be honest. Not too bad. Under the milkwood. Oh, I spent a bit of time. Rich Temple. I studied a bit of like Queen's English. And it turns out the Welsh are very good at Queen's English. It's that natural, like hanging on to a word. What was his name? The actor, the Welsh actor, who spoke almost like the man who played Hannibal Lecter. The man who played Hannibal Lecter. He spoke perfect English. Anthony Hopkins. It's very easy to speak perfect English, but with a slightly Welsh song to it, where every word becomes a song. Every word becomes, we can all do it. That's Welsh. We're good at it. We're good at Queen's English with a bit of a song. Very good, very good. We got another super chat, and it's from the wonderful one. I think it's from Trav, I think. But Mark Mayer with a €5 super sticker. Thank you very much. And then we got one from it's Travis in Australia. We finally did the Marmite Vegemite video. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho. Hey, Travis, I'll use it up, mate. I'll use it up. I'll be sticking that in my stew. Hi, Simon. Hope you are well. Very fresh morning here this morning. I'm in transit to work at 5:45 in the morning. Say hi to Mel and the kids for me. How about some crackers and Vegemite as fast now? Oh, blooming heck. That stuff. And Marmite. Marmite, it's like you either love it or you hate it. You either love the stuff or you hate the stuff. Personally, well, thanks for the super chat, Trav. No more slipping away at 9:40, Simon. We're here to watch you. Jeffrey, pal. Jeffrey, I mean, this is going to be a strong hour. This is going to be a big hour. It really is. I'm on the ropes a bit. I am. I'm not messing about. I'm on the ropes. I'm hanging on. I'm like, asking the ref how long's left in the round. I really am. I don't know what's the matter with me. I don't know what it is. But we'll crack on with another beer. Here we go. Here we go. There's only one way to get off the ropes, and that's by getting off the damn ropes, innit, eh? Get off the ropes. Have another beer. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, killer cure. This is either going to give me a raging headache in the morning, this one. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, and I'm looking through the beer and I'm thinking, is this going to give me a rage out of a headache in the morning? Or should I just go, live for today. Live for today. Live for the moment. Forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow's all about paracetamol. I enjoyed your rant today, Si. Never stop raging against the machine. Sobieski. We had a beer together in London, Sobieski. Brilliant. Chocolate buttons. Oh, I don't think I've ever had chocolate buttons with a snack. I knew this would happen. My wife's fish tanks, well, it's not a fish tank, it's a bucket, but she uses it to empty her fish tanks. I knew this would happen. All this stuff starting to drown in the house. It's like trying to get to my camera and chat. I'm getting closer. I'm like, it wasn't bothering me earlier, but I'm having to get really close now and start operating the machine. How do I operate this thing? I've had a few beers. Chris Masters, I'm late. He's been to the local craft beer pub. 2 pints of so-called wheat beer, a lovely pale, and a delicious milk stout. Chris Martin, you enjoy. Joe the pub chaser says no snacks tonight, lol. Eating cheating. Well, yes. Ben Oak says salted pretzels. When are you drinking? I'm on a Weissafana. Or what am I drinking? I'm on the little Aldi Weiss beer. I'm drinking Shepherd Neame's 1898. Great, says the showman. Snacks I've been on are What's It again. Well, gotta love a What's It. Klansman, Asia Korean style barbecue crisps. Oh, now the Klansman. Are they the like a Japanese company? I bought them once in Sainsbury's the other week. It's good. So it's just finished off a couple of packs of cheap little crisps. Absolutely wonderful. It's good. It's good. It will be. I love cheap crisps. Love it. Henry VIII was Welsh. I think he was, wasn't he? He had 1 million kids as well. I'm glad I won the king because I'd probably be the same as him. It's king language now. King's, yeah, the queen. Queen's English and King's language, yeah. Big Kev, this is a good question because Trav is actually watching. And Big Kev says, did I eat all the beef jerky that Trav sent you? I've eaten it all. Apart from the Carolina Reaper. I've got the Carolina Reaper to go. I'm down to my last bag of beef jerky. But I pegged it off, fold the bag, put a peg on it. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat that stuff. I really am. Lost by Sheffield. Gobbledygook was his name. Richard Burton. That was his name. Richard Burton. I listened to Richard Burton interviews on last year. Last year I was listening to Richard Burton interviews on YouTube. and I was trying my very best to catch that accent, to try and catch it and speak it. But what I found was, when you're not practicing it, you just go back into your Barry slang, your Caddington, your pint of dark with a Mars bar and a packet of crisps and a Mars bar and a pint of dark and a Mars bar, and you end up going back to speaking like that. And I find it really annoying. I do. I find it really annoying because I know I can speak a lot better. And I know that I can put on this wonderful language that we all speak. And I know that if I tried hard enough, that I would be able to sing with this song and this poetry like so many other great Richard Burtons and Anthony Hopkins do. But what I struggle with is that I struggle with going back into the Cardiff Mars bar slang and a pint of dark in the park and a pint of dark in the Mars bar in the Cardiff Park, and I end up speaking like that, and it really annoys me. It really annoys me. It's almost like you need to retune your brain. You need to retune your brain into talking in a manner that is quite like Queen's English. But the trouble with that is that you're engaging more brain cells than you probably feel comfortable with. Every word that you speak, you're thinking about that word and you're saying it, and it uses a lot more of your brain cells and of your kind of being. You're not quite being yourself. It's like you're constantly thinking of the next word to speak and how to speak that next word correctly. But I suppose with practice, and if I keep on speaking and trying to speak fantastic, clean, clinical words, then maybe it will work, and maybe it will become natural to me. Otherwise, I'm going to be speaking like a Cardiff Mars bar for the rest of my life. You try, don't you? You try. Maybe if I try hard enough, then maybe I can speak a little bit more like Richard Burton all of the time, and Sir Anthony Hopkins, speaking, almost sing your words, not slang them out, slang the words out in the back of the throat, gargling words like they're flipping mouthwash. Hello from America. Have you ever tried anything from Newburgh Brewery? Just wondering. Andy Hopkins, what a man, absolutely. Potato, cheese, and onion sarnies. Having some sour cream, onion, potato chips myself. John Cale of the Velvet Underground. The Showman, fantastic voice. Not me, but maybe Richard Burton or Sir Anthony Hopkins, but certainly not myself. Michael Caine. I can't do Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Did Michael Caine have a very London way of speaking? Was it Michael Caine who did that? Just had some Walker's Max Strong, 140-gram bag, blooming hot. Absolutely fantastic. Steve Jeffrey. What's my favorite wild animal? James W says, what's my favorite wild animal? Well, back in the day, it'd be the wild animal in the nightclub. Back in the day, my favorite wild animal used to be the wild animal in the nightclub. Whatever wild animal I could find. But these days, my favorite wild animal would be probably a bear or a crocodile or a moose or something like that. Tom Jones. See now, when you think Tom Jones, Tom Jones puts on a very Welsh accent, and Tom Jones speaks very differently from Sir Anthony Hopkins or Richard Burton. Tom Jones was Tom Jones. You know, he would sing on the scaffolding, Tom Jones. Hey, unusual make love to anyone. You know, Tom Jones was Tom Jones, wasn't he? Does Barry have an island? Barry Island used to be an island until they built the second deepest dock in the world. And then Barry Island, it was basically a land grab. You know, like what's going on out there. It's basically a land grab where they claimed the land from the sea, and Barry Island became Barry. Really looking forward to watching the Hannibal Lecter Richard Burton movie, but I won't hold my. No, please don't. Paul, Natalie, and Maggie, so actually the Marmite, but couldn't stomach Vegemite. Weird. It's the same thing. In my eyes, that stuff was the same thing. It was like absolutely like. 14-8, Big Kev. 14-8. Let me know. Wow, he's coming slowly, edging his way back, isn't he? The Belgian, what they call him, the Belgian bomber or something, don't they? The Belgian bullet. The Belgian bullet. Look at Brussels. Can you shout out Mad Jerry Quinn sitting drinking Warsteiner? Go on, Mad Jerry. Enjoy your Warsteiner. Are you still going to Bike Park Wales? I don't know where it is. Don't know. I think they sell Carolina Reaper dipped in Marmite. Could make for a nice review. Oh, good imagine that. No Escape says, looks a great beer. Ben Oak says, I've had a tough week. Maybe. Can you see Rocky's trainer yelling you to get up and drink more? Yeah. Get up, bitch. Mickey loves you, yeah. That was the terrible. Was that the terrible Rocky 5? Get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you. What movies, eh? If you ever felt like you didn't want to go out the front of the house, you didn't want to open your front door, you didn't want to face the world one morning, just watch a Rocky movie. Watch a Rocky movie. You'd be out, man. You'd be slamming that front door. You'd be getting on with your life. And you'd be, you know. What a fantastic set of movies. My kids don't understand them. My kids are like, oh, they're from the 70s, they're from the 80s, they're from the, you know, I don't understand them. But honestly, I say to my kids, just give them a chance, man. Give them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're the age of the movie. As long as the movie's good, it doesn't matter the age of the movie. It's still great acting, isn't it? It's still great. Like the first one for me. I can't watch it anymore. I burst into tears. When the movie starts. I can't watch it. There's something about my life when it was then, when I was watching them movies, and my life now. There's something like there's an awful connection that I can't. I'm getting choked up now, where I can't watch. If I put Rocky on now, I burst into tears. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, it must have been a tough time. It must have been a real tough time. No more Rocky stuff. Some nibbles might help. Big Kev. Brian, I'm sending him some Carolina Reapers so he can make it himself. I'm going to use the toilet. What are we now? Be my last toilet break of the night. I'm going to go to the toilet. I'll be back now. It's not here. I am back. 200 people watching the Stone Crow virtual pub. Simon, put some salt in your glass of water in the morning. It will help the hangover. Greg, how? Enjoy life for today. Full fry at 9 a.m. Soak it up and then on to 11, says Jeffrey. We know the real reason why the bucket is under the camera. Roy with a €5 super chat. Burping, sorry. Simon, how about a dried Carolina in the Weiss beer? Oh, I got him. I got him here. Roy, I've not got rid of him. You know, it'd be the end of the night. It'll be the very end. It'll be like, I'll be flipping done in 2 minutes. I won't be able to carry on. That's a problem, Roy. They like, it's like, there's holes in the bag. to let the damn things breathe. But it's just like, it's like, warning, warning. You know when you like the fire alarms going off? You know, if your head was a fire alarm and your nose was a fire alarm, and then you put these fire things to the fire alarm, and you're like, wow, gee, no, that's the fire. Warning, warning, please do not stick one of these in your beer. It's proper full on. It's like crazy, absolutely crazy. Roy, thanks for the super chat, but I want to try and carry on with the live stream. I cut it. I'm very aware that I cut last week's live stream by 20 minutes, and I feel guilty. If I eat one of these, or if I stick one of those in my beer, then the live stream's done and dusted. Christina Ayres, as Simon's reminded me of that bloke from the Warlock movies with that ponytail. Oh, come on, Christine. It must have been that dodgy P reveal. Well, maybe. What is the score of the Aldi Weissbier? For the price, it's good. It's good for the price. £1.45. The only thing I've got at the moment as a reply to that properly is, I know Francis Can is not the biggest seller of Weiss beer in the UK, so there's a lag. You can go to Morrison's and you can buy, is it 4 for 5 deals or 3 for 4? Buy 3 bottles, get the 4th free, and it makes Francis Can about £1.70 a bottle. And I don't mind saying this because, of course, we're open and honest here. Francis Can is a much better tasting beer than Aldi's Reinbacher. It really is. It's just different class. It's a different level of Weiss beer. And yeah, if I have a little bit more disposable income, it'd be a case of I'll go to Morrison's and I'll buy the 3 for 4 deal of the Francis Can. Steve says King Sobieski saved in Europe in 1683. He knows his history, does Steve? I don't like that Aldi on craft beer. Oh, no, Lewis, terrible. Have I got news for you, says James. Have you? Hi, Simon, just a quick question. What is your favourite burger from any of the chains? Stephen Brown. My favourite beer from any of the chains would be, I've forgotten the name of it, Burger King chicken, what's the flipping normal just chicken, the Burger King chicken slice thing? Chicken, loads of mayo, loads of lettuce. What's that damn thing called? Burger King chicken, just a chicken sandwich. You can buy them in every Burger King. What's it called? I got McSandwich in my head. It's not McSandwich, that's McDonald's. What's the Burger King version of it? Anyway, I'd buy that. If you give me a choice of any burger from any of the big chains out there, it would be the Chicken Royale. That's the one. It would be, my brain just went, Chicken Royale. It would be the Chicken Royale. That would be the one. It's good. It's very good. I like it. Big fries. Back in the day when I was younger, I haven't had it for a while. I don't think I've had a Chicken Royale in 3 years. It's sad, really. It's sad because we're a quite content little family. We are. We're a content little family that kind of like just get on with our own business, and whether we got enough money for a chicken royale or whether we got enough money to go to a nice restaurant, it varies from month to month to week and whatnot. But I used to like them days. You know, the days where you're counting your pennies, you're counting your like, I can afford a chicken to buy the family a chicken royale. You look back at them days and you're like, them days were the the real. Life's always real. Life is always real. But when you're like you're really like up against it. I like being up against it. I do, because you're fighting. You're constantly fighting. You're constantly kind of battling. You're constantly like, I need to provide food for the family, and I need to provide mortgage and gas bills, and you feel more alive. You feel more alive. I've been in a position very briefly. I've been in a position where like things got a little bit easy. It gets boring. If you're as old as I am, if you're in your 40s, if you're older than me, if you're watching this in your 50s or 60s, 70s maybe, you'll know full well. It gets boring. It does. It's just like, if you're not fighting for something, that famous Del Boy scene, that famous like Only Fools and Horses scene where he's literally fought all of his life just to get by, just enough to go down the Nag's Head and have a pint. And then all of a sudden he comes across this pocket watch which is worth an absolute fortune, sells it for millions, blah, blah, blah. Next series you see him, he's actually playing snooker. And he's like really bored. He's in his mansion, he's really bored. And he's wondering about, like, you see him mocking, running around with his suitcase again. And it's a bit like that in real life. I've been in a position where very briefly, I've done okay. But it's boring. You find yourself endlessly scrolling through like holiday websites and like trying to fill your mind with stuff when you should be concentrating on the fight. That kind of like edgy fight for survival, like edgy, like where I am now. Where that every day, can I buy this? Can I buy that? Can I afford this? Can I afford that? Can I put diesel in my Fiat? Is my Fiat about to blow up? It's a fight. It's a constant fight. And I think if you don't have a daily fight, a daily like struggle, what's the point? You're just going to be sitting in the garden in the sun all day. What's the point in that either? The moment you make it is the moment you like get bored and pass away. You're a good man, Simon. Great company for a pint. Alex, thank you. Could use that as a peanuts here. Right, I'm going to miss some comments because I understand that we're miles behind again. Miles behind, miles and miles and miles and miles behind in the comments. Blew my neck. Wow. Right. Dave, BMX. I was lucky enough I inherited money, but now I've done everything I wanted to do. No, it's boring. It's funny, isn't it, Dave? That daily fight, that daily like, rah! I got to get up, I got to do something, otherwise they're going to come and take everything off me. That kind of like struggle, that fight. Yeah. Belgian Beer Festival at Craft Beer Co. Some great beers there tonight at Sam K. The orange whistling cat doesn't show up properly on Simon's screen. Oh, really? So this time next year, I'll be a millionaire. Is all an illusion. The richer you are, the more you lose by being so easy and lazy. Neil, well, of course, yeah. You want? I want to fight me. I want to scrap on us. If I. No way, Pedro says Big Kev. I don't know. A bad chester on mine, says Wayne. Subway was always down the pan. Right, lots of people chat. So, okay, do you know, I can't remember what we were just talking about. I see the people on Reddit who battling to his hard 50. For sure, the idea is to have a job you love by your 50. It's good. Yes, exactly that. Do you know, I've already thought about it. If it ever becomes a point where it's easy again, I've been there. Low interest rates, everything was easy. If ever it got to the point where it was easy again, I think I would make it a struggle. I've already made my mind up because I've been through that cycle. I've been through that cycle, that progress, progress, not the word. My apologies. I've been through the whole circle of having it relatively easy to struggling, and I think when you've got something to fight for, when you're struggling, it is weirdly easier for your mind. It's easier for your mind because, when that alarm bell goes off in the morning, there's no choice. There's literally, you're up, bang, boom, boof, you're out the bed, you're hustling. You're this could lead to, I'm not going to go there. Yeah, no, I don't know where to go with this conversation now because some might see it as insulting, might they? Some might be like having too much of a fight. Some people might be finding it too hard to buy bread and milk, and and it might be too much. And right, it is tough. But what I'm trying to say here to the people who are watching is that if you get to the other side of this, if you manage to scramble through and find the other side to this, you will appreciate it. And you might look back at it in years to come if you've managed to get to that part of your life where you're slightly bored because there's nothing to do. You might look at that little stage in your life where things were tough and you might go, you know what? There's a massive purpose there. And it's dangerous, isn't it? It's a dangerous conversation. It's a really dangerous conversation because we're all struggling. I'll look you straight in the eye, straight in the camera and say we're all struggling. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know. I don't even, at this stage, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm going to go back to the comments. Problem I have, Simon, is in the UK, lack of privacy. For example, where I live, there's always some workmen on the site doing something. Even the cleaner washes it. It's like a prison, hence I want to move. Well, Christine, yeah, absolutely. Ryan Fraser saying, when am I going to London to visit the beers? Ali saying, good evening, Simon. Reception, he who dares. Stephen Ham on Top Cooked. Jamie C. Hey, Jamie C. Simon, do you have a song that stops you in your tracks and makes you think about things? Mine's Goo Goo Dolls. I absolutely love it. Gives me goosebumps. Yeah, movies generally kind of like movies. Movies do that for me. Ben, no, he only had the one that was 10 years ago, not the one last year. Sure. I don't know, Josh. I don't know. Ian, do you know why UK beer is weaker than European beer? Probably because there's not enough education. Ian, there's not enough education in beer. There really isn't. In the UK, look at Wetherspoons. Let's pick on Wetherspoons for a minute. Largest beer pub chain in the UK. I reckon if you got Tim Wetherspoon behind the bar and you asked him for a Vice beer, he'd probably pour it in a Carling glass. He probably wouldn't have an absolute Scooby-Doo, would he? You know, and he's a pub owner. He's a pub owner. He's the guy that champions everything. You know, if you have a look at the glassware that they use for beers in Wetherspoons, some of it's all wrong. Vice beer goes in a Carling glass. Vice beer might go in a Guinness glass. It's all mixed up. It's all there's no quality. There's no like, can I take my time to pour a pint? In Belgium and Germany, being a barman's a career. It's a career. It's like, you know, this is something to behold. This is something to, you know, this is something to be proud of. To pour a beer properly, to pour a beer of any quality, any decent quality, is a career. You get taught it. In the UK, it's like when you finish school, you might work in a pub for a year. There's no quality. There's no. It's like when you stick out a cigarette and you leave the stump in a butt. Like, you know, that's the beer industry in the UK. It's just stubbing out fags in an ashtray. It's just like nobody cares. Nobody really nobody's bothered. Nobody's really bothered by it. It's really sad. I think it's really sad. I think it needs to change. It really needs to change. Pouring a decent pint of Vice beer or stout or porter or, you know, sour beer, even a lager. Some of you might have seen me do the Czech pour. I was rubbish, wasn't I? Absolute rubbish. I bet any Czech man can pour a Czech lager properly. The double Czech pour. Get rid of the carbonation. You don't need to be drinking the carbonation. The carbonation's there to protect the beer. You know, the fascinating thing for me is, apart from brewers and people in the industry, there's a handful of people in the UK that know like really good beer, like how to pour it, and it's a handful of people. The trouble is, because you're that minority, because you're that very small amount of person. I've been to Wetherspoons, and I've looked at the Wetherspoons bar staff sideways when they're pouring my Weiss beer in a tulip glass. But what can you do? You can't look at, you can't shout at them. It's not their fault. They wasn't taught. It needs to be at the top, doesn't it? The people at the top need to know how to pour a decent stout, and the people at the top need to know how to pour a decent Weiss beer. It's not the poor people at the bottom who are, they haven't been trained. It's not their fault. Not their fault whatsoever. So I just go, that sort of thing. When my Weiss beer poured into a Carling glass, but I say nothing. Sonic 3 says, cheers from Argentina. You're one of the reasons I enjoyed some days over the COVID. So, well, Sonic Freak, you enjoy, mate. You enjoy. Thank you very much. Wayne, just the cheers, mate. Good to have a sense of reality, Simon. Having been struggling in the past and getting through it, it all makes you a more balanced and appreciative life. Hats off to you. Cheers. Says Gary G. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate that. Lots of people having a chat with one another. Andrew says, I'm struggling to make ends meet, but yet I still have 3 or 4 tattoos a year because it makes me feel happier in my body. Andrew Rawlinson, these things are important to you and you only. You're having them tattoos, hopefully you're having them tattoos for you and how you feel and how you see the tattoos and how you want them tattoos on your body, regardless of what a million other people think. That is for you. So if that makes you happy, and if that's your little kind of lovely little kind of push, that little high, let's call it a high. I can't think of a word at the moment. Sorry, Andrew. But a little kind of like, yes, one of those little moments in life where, you can't take this off my body now. We all need those moments in life, don't we? We all need them. Those little kind of like... Do you know what I found out this week? Which is kind of like, it's de-inspired me a moment. It's taken that inspiration from me a moment, a little bit. Is the fact that my wife told me last week that once I pass away, they terminate your YouTube account and they take it all off YouTube. And I'm like, what? The whole point, one of the biggest reasons I upload to YouTube is that this is a work for life. This is a work for not just me, but forever. When I review a Fuller's Brewers Reserve from 2010, I want it to be an event. I want it to be something people look at in the future as a piece of work, they can look back at what the colour of the beer looked like, what the head looked like, what the carbonation looked like. Not just written down. And that makes me very sad. That was a bigger sting in the tail. That was like the most uninspiring news that I've heard from a long time is the fact that all this work I've done, when I'm done, is just going to get deleted. And I'm like, what? What? Really? Oh, William, Bristol's only 4 behind now. Evening, Si, having a drink with Kenny. Oh, Kenny's watching. Stephen Kenny's watching. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hi, Kenny, mate. Hi, Kenny, mate. What have I done? Sorry, Christine. I am happy in life and good mental detection to enjoy life now. Well, that's it. Metal detecting. That's it. Find your little niche. Don't get your tattoos when you're drunk. Steve, drove to Tesco's today to buy Shepherd Neame 69.8. Forgot my effing club card. Oh, I know. Terrible, isn't it? Weatherspoons was a good range, though. Sam K. They do. Okay, some of my movie is Man of Steel, the Superman remake, goosebumps and tears every time I watch it. Seen it over 100 times. Roy Mackenzie, some movies just, you know, they either launched or you find them at a time in your life when it may not be a great time in your life, but you find that little bit of inspiration. At the time you're chomping at the bit, you're loving it. But then when you kind of recover from what you've been through and then you watch it back, then it's like, whoa, no. I can't do that. No. Can't do that. And I'm like that with Rocky now. I can't watch the original. I can't talk about it. I get a bit emotional when I talk about the original Rocky movie. I can't talk about it. It was a bad time in my life. But at the same time, as it was a bad time, it saved me. Absolutely. That movie saved me. Oh, my goodness me. Without that bit of hope, that underdog story, I started to do a bit of running, bit of weight training, bit of, give me a bit of spark back in my life. And it's strange, isn't it, how every single moment, every little bit of what life throws at you and what you can grasp from life saves you, if you like. Whoa, emotional. Would rather pay spruce prices for the wrong glass than Belgian prices. It's good. Well, yeah, I'm into this, that. Well, the spoon's got a left beer glass. Yeah, no, Lewis, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing the fact that they sell a 6.6% ABV Belgian beer, and it's bonkers. It's like Fight Club, isn't it? Leffe. It's like Fight Club. Love you earn enough Chinese, I suppose. Some we don't get chili and salt red ribs, as they sometimes. I missed that, Wayne. I'm struggling. I don't know if I'm struggling to read or I'm just had too much to drink. Daniela, Simon, come back on Thursday night again. Hang on. Friday night evenings go out. Well, that's it, Daniela. I shouldn't I? Back to the Thursdays. I enjoy a Friday, though. It's still quite early on, isn't it? Still quite early on in the year. Ben Brown drinking a nice big glass of Budvar. Good stuff. Christine, the 1970s, I'd say, were as dark a time as 23. From what my late dad told me people were so poor then they could not afford to have a shower every day or get new trainers or buy cars, etc. Not a good time. Well, I'll tell you, Christine, I'll tell you right now, I don't shower every day. Christine, I'll tell you right now, live to 190 people who are watching, I can't afford to shower every day. I don't shower every day. I'd like to, if I could, but I don't. I shower every other day. As far as trainers go, I'll take a shoe off my foot right now. Let me undo the damn thing first. My trainers are collapsing. Now I walk, granted, I walk 6 miles a day. But there's the base of my shoe. I've worn through all of the rubber. I've not left the building, I've not left the room. This is literally, I've just pulled the shoe off my foot. They're literally completely worn out. Didn't bother me. Don't bother me. I've got to put it back on now. I think I'm happier now. Even though times are tough. Times are tough for a lot of people. They're tough for a lot of people. I'm happier now than I was 20 years ago. Much happier now than I was 20 years ago. It's about going through a process together. If you can go through that process together, if you can go through that process and come out the other end, and you've still got your family intact, you still you've all battled through it together. You know, you might have a bit of money for a spare, you get a Chinese in, or those little enjoyments of life. If you can get through that together, cheap holiday, 10B in a caravan, which for me seems like every year. Some people may not be able to, have a holiday at all, and it's tough, isn't it? It's just tough. It's just tough. Pardon me. First time I've seen you live. Love it. David, thank you very much. Steve, Ben, live but not from a green bowl. Took me a long time to realise this. Oh yeah, green glass, skunky. Simon, we are enjoying Fridays too, but it's hard to run from pubs to see you. Daniela, love it. Simon, you switched to Thursdays in May last year and then took a 3-month break. Is that on the cards this year? Ryan W. At this moment in time, I'm still going to do Fridays. At this moment in time, Ryan, I'm still going to do Fridays at 7 o'clock. Every year is different. Every year is different. Friday is a good day. Friday is probably my best day of the week on YouTube. You guys are so supportive. You're kind of there with me, Yeah, so Fridays from now will be. I review it every few weeks. Peter says, hi Simon, I'm drinking a can of Merc Life Balance by Magic Rock Brewing. Mixed reviews. What's your thought? I've not had it, Peter, sorry. Merc Life Balance, not had it. So I can't comment, sorry. If you walk 6 miles a day, then you have to shower. No, I shower every other day. Sad to say, but hey, Take it back, what, the shoes? Ian, yeah, get that undercarriage. Yeah, give her a bit of a wet wipe, job done. Shocking, I can go more than a day without a shower. The main thing, happy. Elbow call. Well, I'm happy. Don't worry. Sorry, has to choose between new trainers and wouldn't you want to polo beer? Oh God. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good comment there, isn't it? That's a pretty decent kind of hard hitting comment there, isn't it? Where did that come from? Did that disappear? Did that disappear? I think it did, you know. I think they retracted that comment, but I got that in, you know. And I'll answer that straight out. I was really honest. When I went to my bottle shop and I dropped that money on bottle shop beer. I was really honest. I was like, you know, that wasn't an easy thing to do. The thing is, I'm very conscious that you guys are members and you super chat and you support me and you watch the adverts and all of the other stuff that comes with it. And if it comes to a point of like, oh, I'll indulge myself with a new pair of trainers, or I'll choose to buy beer to put back on the channel, then I'll always do that. I'll always do that. I will always reinvest in the channel before I reinvest in myself. And that's a back that the fact that that comment got retracted as quick as it got put, you know, shameful, man, absolutely shameful. I mean, I'm not going to take everybody's super chats. I'm not going to take all your super chats. I'm not going to take all your memberships and live a flipping fantastic country life. It's not what it's all about, is it? It's not what it's all about. I will put back into my channel, you know, all these foods that I buy, all the Aldi beers and the little beers and the, you know, the every now and again I'll indulge myself in a trip to the bottle shop. I'll do that before I buy myself a pair of trainers, even though my trainers are worn out. Some people, man, I swear, honestly, anyway, I know these people. I know who these people are. It's 4 minutes to 10. I got 4 minutes to hold my tongue. 4 minutes to hold my tongue. And to not talk about all of the YouTube crap, you know? All of the jumping on your back, trying to become what you've become, trying to steal. It's just theft, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's theft. You work 12, 13 years on a YouTube channel and somebody wants to come along and take it, you know, I'll open a YouTube channel. This flipping job's easy. Oh yeah, I'll do that and I'll do that. And if it don't work, I'll jump on his back. I'll jump on his back and I'll bite his back. I'll bite the bare skin on that man's back. You know? Yeah, it's time to go. It's time 10 o'clock, 3 minutes to go. That's all those videos are. All the, you know, all the crap, all the, you know, all the crap that comes my way. Backbiting, flipping. I've been doing this 13 years, and it's not been easy. Most of you know it's not been easy. Just to throw a comment in like that, you know, I guarantee, I know exactly who that person is. It's good. I know exactly who that channel is. It's good. I know exactly who he is. I know I can close my eyes and I can quite confidently picture that man's face, what he looks like, who he is. The person with 1 million YouTube channels. I know who he is. I know who he is. All these fake flipping channels, fake flipping. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with this. And I'm going to leave it with this. And I'm going now. Because I'm annoyed. It's 10 o'clock. I'll take my shoe off. One last time. I'll go to a bottle shop. And reinvest the super chats that you guys choose to give me, and the memberships and everything else that comes my way, the adverts that you watch. I will drop money in Aldi and Lidl and the bottle shops, and I will reinvest in this channel before I reinvest in myself, before I buy myself a new pair of trainers, worn out trainers I'm wearing. Absolutely flipping fuming. See you later.